It may be Saturday, but there's still lots happening in the world of crypto airdrops. So let's not waste any time and get right into what you need to know, starting with the Foxy airdrop. So they have been teasing on Twitter that there's going to be an airdrop coming soon. Now, this team is affiliated with Linea and with Consensus and MetaMask. Previously, if you recall, if you've been following the channel for a little while, we minted some NFTs from Foxy in order to get some XP for the Linea campaign. And they also keep hinting that you should use the MetaMask built-in bridge features as well as swaps features in order to qualify for whatever is coming. And actually, if you participated in the Linea campaign from last year, part of that was actually doing some bridge and swaps within the MetaMask application. But if you didn't do that, there might still be time. I'm not sure if there's actually been a snapshot for this yet. They keep hinting that there's an airdrop coming. But if you want to try and do this, you can go into the MetaMask portfolio tab, or in your browser extension, you'll notice that there's a swaps and a bridge feature. So I've already done this before. And I think I even have a full tutorial on this channel showing how you can do this. And if you want to do a swap, you can select the network. There's a bunch of options available. I would probably recommend choosing a network that doesn't have a token yet, maybe Linea. And then you can make a swap in here, and you can also bridge between different L2s. So you can send tokens from Linea to Arbitrum or Optimism, whatever. Now at this point, I will say that the fees for bridging and swapping within the MetaMask wallet itself are much higher than if you used a different decentralized exchange or a different bridge. So it is a bit speculative, but if you do this at least once or twice, it will probably have a positive impact. Maybe for the Linea airdrop, for sure from Foxy, and if MetaMask eventually actually drops their own token, that could be useful as well. Okay, next up, I wanted to talk briefly about this meme coin that is dropping on Mantle, the Puff coin. Now, just this past week, there was a mint on for an NFT that's going to allow you to claim a portion of this token. I didn't talk about it on the channel because it is super speculative. However, one thing that I did notice that's included in their documentation right here is that they are dropping 3% of the tokens to people that hold METH or METH on the Mantle layer 2. The snapshot for this was February 11th. And in order to qualify for this, you needed to be holding 0.01 METH at a minimum on the Mantle L2 on February 11th. So if you did hold that, even if you held it in your wallet or if you had deposited into a DeFi application on Mantle, then you are going to be qualifying for these green vial airdrops that are going to allow you to claim a portion of this Puff token. So I'll throw a link to this down below, and you can go and check and see if you are eligible to claim any of the green drop vials for having Mantle ETH on the Mantle L2. Now with this wallet here, I didn't have the METH tokens before February 11th. I do, however, have one of these potions that I minted last week, but on one of my other wallets, I've been holding METH for a while, and so that will be qualifying here. And if you followed my previous tutorials on the Mantle journey, it is possible that you might qualify for this. So definitely go connect your wallet and see if you can claim. All right, next up, let's talk about the Scroll network, because if you own one of these Scroll Origins NFTs, and if you were following along with my channel back in October and November when I was showing how you could deploy smart contracts onto Scroll, probably most of you weren't following the channel then because I had less than 1,000 subscribers. But if you did deploy a smart contract on the Scroll network way back last year and minted one of these NFTs, you can now go and claim a different M badge from Merkle and get some attestations for that. So I'll throw a link to this down below, and you can go and claim your attestations if you did this. Now, this is a soul-bound NFT, unfortunately, so if you didn't participate in this campaign last year, you won't be able to pick one up. But if you did get one, you might as well go and do this. All right, next up, there's another Galaxy quest for the Orderly network. So the main thing that you should be doing to get the Orderly airdrop, of course, is trading. But it doesn't hurt to go and collect these points and OAT or NFT things whenever they're available. So I'll throw a link to this down below, and you can go and claim yours. Speaking of trading platforms, if you are active on LogX, they have distributed rewards for week 1 to 43,000 users. So you can go and check on LogX if you're going to be qualifying for this drop. So I personally am not much of a trader. I didn't get any LogX tokens in this drop, but if you are trading on the platform, you should go and check and see what you're eligible for. And then finally, another airdrop announcement for a trading platform. We know that the AVO airdrop is confirmed for March 13th, so 4 days away. Thanks to All Things EVM for grinding in the Discord and getting this information. Now, another thing that I wanted to briefly talk about is this block airdrop. So I personally am going to fade this because this type of social airdrop I find super annoying. However, if you are starting from complete scratch and you don't have much capital to put into airdrop farming, this could be a decent way to get started, because what you have to do is basically grind on Twitter and spam comment the word block as much as you can. Now, they have a little application that you can sign up for with a Gmail account, and you can get points by playing little games on this application or by doing social stuff. So in order to get these social points, what you have to do is tag the ticker symbol block or get blocked games in your tweets and engage with other people. So just link your X account right here, start doing this, and then you get social points for it. So it's possible that you could get a decent airdrop from this if you have the time and energy to put into it. And while I will personally be fading it because I just don't have the time to put into this, it is possible that I could end up regretting that decision. And then speaking of social airdrops that I have more or less faded, we have the NIBI token, or the Nibiru airdrop. And there's going to be a verification process that you need to go through in order to actually claim your airdrop. So if you have been farming this one, getting NIBI points for doing all of these social tasks, you do need to actually have a certain amount of followers on Twitter, 50 followers, and you need to do proof of humanity. The deadline to do the human verification is March 21st, and then the actual claims are not going to happen until June 1st. So quite a ways away for this one. But you should definitely go and do the human verification if you want to still participate in this. And then one final update that I have for you today, the ZK Sync name service protocol has announced a new free mint. So if you go to the ZK Sync name service page, you'll see that there's a closed AI mint right here. And you can basically claim points for doing this. However, you do need to have a ZNS domain in order to actually be able to mint these free things. And if you recall, there's also this Bitcoin mint that you can get, as well as a passport NFT that you can mint here. Now, things like this Bitcoin, I think, are probably going to go straight to zero as soon as they open up trading. The coin is currently locked. You can't actually trade it until it mints out. And if you go and connect your wallet to a DEX like SyncSwap or something, it will tell you that your coin is actually worth, hundreds of dollars. I can pretty much guarantee that as soon as it actually launches, it will go to zero. However, by minting stuff like this, you do establish new transactions with your wallet, which could help you for the ZK Sync airdrop. And I did actually check. If you go to revoke cash and put in your wallet address, there will not be any approvals for minting things like the Bitcoin. So I personally have minted it, and I have seen some people expressing concern about these free mints or whether or not they may be honeypots or scams or anything like that. I don't think that it's an outright scam, and the ZK Sync domain service is actually legit as far as I can tell. It's followed by some of the big players within the ZK Sync ecosystem like ZeroLen, SyncSwap, Izumi Finance. And so yeah, that is my take on these free mint things. Don't expect them to ever actually be worth anything, but even just by getting that extra transaction, that could help you increase your transaction count and your interactions with different smart contracts for the ZK Sync airdrop itself. So yeah, that's it for today's update. Hopefully you found this helpful. Lots of action items in there. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you later.